Hey there, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for June 2022. And just a quick heads up, Saturn and Neptune turning retrograde is on my radar, but we won't be talking about it in this video. There's a lot to go over with each of them, and they are long-standing retrogrades, and so I feel that they would be best discussed in one of my major astrology shift discussions, and so that's where it will happen, so stay tuned. I'll have a big one coming out here for you soon. If you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. So what is going on when it comes to your month of June? Well, at the start of the month, we have the Sun bringing attention, enhancement, and support to your 10th house of career, upward mobility, promotions, status, stature, anything to do with raises, and the mark you make on the world. And the Sun will be here in Gemini through the 21st of the month. With the Sun in your 10th house, attention, enhancement, and support means a transformation to the way that you do business, as well as who you are doing your business with, in a way where you are getting more value for what you are actually putting into your work, as well as maybe even better business in terms of more compatible clients and customers, more compatible peers, getting to work more closely with highly capable people, and also watching your star rise. Because as the Sun goes through your 10th house of career, you are also coming into a space where you are given more authority and more power to make systemic changes in your field, in your office, or in your market, however you need to. This is also a great time when it comes to just money in general, because the Sun in the 10th house is also increasing the yield that you get from your primary income avenues. After the 21st of the month, we have the Sun moving on into Cancer, your 11th house of friendships and social networking, where the Sun will be through the duration of June and going on into July. With the Sun in the 11th house, this is a time for developing closer bonds and tighter-knit connections with your community. Friends, fellowship, brotherhood, sisterhood, right? All of your platonic support system, attracting new ones in and delving into stronger relationships with those you have. With the Sun here, the attention, enhancement, and support is not only on all of these relationships individually, but also as a whole, creating the strongest support group possible. This is also a time where you may be noticing more contributions coming your way through your friendships, even in situations where they've not necessarily been the most involved or taken part. However, with the Sun here, this is a time where that generosity, the extra hands coming on deck is really going to go far for you, and we're also uncomplicating a lot of circumstances in your social life, or if there is a lack of a social life, we are uncomplicating that as well, because the Sun is trying to pull in the closest, most compatible matches for you. This is also going to be extremely helpful when it comes to helping you attain or accomplish some kind of major goal or priority that you have had to put off or you would like to be able to achieve with friends or an ideal sense of community. We also have Mars, the planet of action, passion, energy, the obstacle-clearing driving force, in Aries all month. This is your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, intimacy, self-employment earnings, as well as maybe partner or spousal contributions to household income. With Mars in the 8th house, this is a time where a lot of you Virgo people are really cutting loose. This is one of those going wild kind of months, and you may be finding that both you and partners are becoming a lot more adventurous and a lot more courageous with exploring new ways to express your love and your desires. In fact, this is a time for also overcoming any kind of challenges with intimacy, of any kind of intimacy, when it relates to close involved relationships. And you may also find that Mars is helping you to increase the amount of money that you are making through side or supplemental income streams, whether they are investments, tips, commissions, bonuses, sales, again, self-employment monies. Everything is really going your way here, and you may be noticing a partner breaking a glass ceiling as well when it comes to their earning power. For those of you who are single or available to new people, this is a time where you are drawing in partner potentials, or maybe even new opportunities to explore different types of relationships from what you've been used to, because they do carry a different kind of intimacy to them. Braver, stronger partner potentials as well, that are a match for the fantasies you are looking to fulfill. We have Venus, the planet of love, favor, popularity, and affection in Taurus through the 22nd of the month. This is your ninth house of higher education, government and legal proceedings, travel, culture, and your spiritual path and practice. And with Venus in the ninth house, this is all about you Virgo people getting a chance to get out of your bubble, right? That's what the ninth house is all about. Getting us out of our bubble, getting us out of our box. And with Venus here, love itself tends to go in a whole new direction, because partners are coming out of their bubbles. And you may find that if you're single and available, you are also attracting people that you are compatible with, but may have a certain foreignness either to you or to the community or the culture that you have found yourself at home in, or surrounded by anyway, in recent history. This is also a time where a lot of you are getting a chance to draw in a lot of awareness to yourself. Venus in the ninth house is one of those aspects that popularizes us, something we do, a talent or skill we have, or maybe a product that we are producing or publishing. And you may find that you are getting a lot more attention than you had anticipated. After the 22nd, we've got Venus moving on into Gemini, that 10th house of career and upward mobility. And we have Venus bringing in a lot of generosity to you. Again, amplifying that 15 minutes of fame, turning you into a bit of an authority when it comes to your office or your field or your market or your craft. With Venus in the 10th house as well, you may be noticing you are up for a lot of promotion opportunities, raise opportunities. People are willing to pay you more for doing what you do, and it's very much encouraged for you to entertain these offers at least. You may also find that with Venus in the 10th house of career, a lot of you Virgo people are also getting a chance to invest in some kind of big jump when it comes to making a new name for yourself, whether it has to do with something you're doing on the job, or maybe a new type of job, or a new type of lifestyle, or maybe something that you would like to be known for when it comes to a professional or creative contribution you'd like to make to your world. We have Mercury, the planet of communications, haste, and productivity, in Taurus, that ninth house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, culture, and of course your spiritual path and practice. And Mercury is direct here as of the 3rd of June. So for the first half of the month, Mercury is speeding up progress in all spaces of this part of your life that have maybe been delayed, fallen behind, especially when it comes to contracts, negotiations, group projects, meetings, travel plans, or any kind of work that you have been doing to expand your horizons or to conquer new territory, socially, professionally, creatively. The sky is the limit. You're also going to find with Mercury in the ninth house that this is also going to be a time where all of your skills, your abilities, your training, your education is being accelerated. It may be time to update and upgrade a little bit, because you are getting put at the front of some kind of cutting edge change that is happening in an area of your life governed by the ninth house. After the 13th, we've got Mercury moving on into Gemini, which is that 10th house of career, upward mobility, and promotions. And Mercury here is speeding up your growth, but also speeding up the rate with which you actually accumulate wealth. You may be finding that over the course of the second half of June, a lot of you Virgo people are exceeding your expectations for what you were planning on taking home, as well as also speeding up your growth in terms of status. Now, this status could, of course, be a station or a role or a position you hold in your field, in your community, or on the job, or this could be status in terms of how much you are able to make as far as material changes around your environment on or off the job. Mercury is making sure everything goes very, very quickly, and any kind of delayed projects, kind of like we saw with the ninth house, are also going to be forced to a speedy and successful fruition from halfway through June all the way up into July. Finally, we have a full moon occurring in Sagittarius on June 14th. A full moon is all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And so from the 14th of June through the 28th of June, there may be an ending going on or a transition occurring in your fourth house of home and family, home-based business operations, and the domicile. With a full moon here, this could mean the end of some kind of family narrative or family era or family story that is overdue to go away, whether this has been maybe a dark cloud hanging overhead in a family relationship or a household situation. Some of you may be getting ready to make some kind of move or transition. This is a great time for those of you who are thinking about house hunting or getting on the move this season. If you have been thinking about maybe closing up shop on some kind of investment or making a liquidation or maybe even remodeling or transforming your environment in your home, this is a great time. And a lot of you may find this full moon is also very, very supportive with making a big left turn when it comes to acquiring and confirming a new source of income for your entire household. We also have a new moon this month, which is occurring in Cancer on the 28th. A new moon being all about seed planting, new beginnings, as well as initiations. And this is occurring in that 11th house of friendships and social networking, your platonic support system. And this is all about new community forming of known and new to be met people all around you. This is a sense of tribe that is finally getting to be realized or crystallized in a way that is superior to what maybe your arrangements in the past have been. A new moon in the 11th house is all about setting up a new arrangement, whether this is all about you bringing in new friends into your life and adding them to your existing community. This is also a time where this new moon is allowing you to attain or maybe accomplish a deeply personal goal or ambition by a different road. And this might be a road that is proposed by a new friend or a known friend, and that relationship is also going to change because of the adventure that starts here. So that is what I've got for you Virgo people. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.